Next on Good Morning El Paso.
He's not a war hero. A war hero. He's a war hero.
Despite recent comments about POW Senator John McCain, Donald Trump leads in a new poll this morning. We have the latest.
Plus, a new poll is showing how Americans feel about the recent diplomatic relations being rebuilt between Cuba and the United States.
And how would you reject $60,000? Well, why the city of El Paso did just that.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC7's Good Morning El Paso.
The Des Moines Register, the largest newspaper in the key early voting state of Iowa, calls Trump unfit to be president and says he should quit the campaign.
But Trump is emboldened by his poll numbers and remains defiant. We'll get to the latest from Washington in just a bit. But first, a very good morning to El Paso, Las Cruces, and Juarez. I'm Stephanie Valle.
And I'm Hillary Floren. Good morning, everyone. So much to get to with that story and the follow-up. But first, let's talk about our forecast and see what our rain chances are for today.
And Crystal Clay is standing by in our Storm Track Weather Lab. And Crystal, we saw some rain last night, some lightning and thunder too.
We did. We actually got a good little hit of rain that moved on through, and it was just as those models were calling for. For about 8 to midnight is when we saw the storm roll on by. Those chances of rain going to repeat themselves today. Actually, this morning we have a slight chance. We're only keeping it around a 10% chance of rain here. Now, what you see on your radar is that rain hanging down to the south of us. A lot of times when we see the rain down to the south of us as it tries to head north, it just breaks apart and weakens. So we really don't get much actual rain making it to the ground. Notice our radar right now is showing green popping up right on over El Paso, but from what I can see on our cameras, this isn't actually rain that's making it to the surface, and because it just pops up like that, not a very natural thing for us to see on radar. I don't think this is a big area of rain, although we could start to get some light drizzle as we move through our morning hours. Very light, if any, possible. But again, at this point, I don't think this is a big area of rain. I'm going to continue checking some of those traffic cameras to make sure we don't have showers moving through. 75 is your temperature in El Paso right now. Winds are at 5 miles per hour. In Las Cruces, we're at 70 degrees, clear, and winds at 8 miles per hour. We've still got the moisture we have yesterday. We still have the rain chances we had yesterday as we move into the later day. We're going to track those chances of rain, and we'll have your future track model. We fixed what was wrong with it in the last half hour. That'll be coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Crystal. Now to the headlines. Donald Trump is surging ahead in a brand new poll just as he faces a new firestorm for his latest controversial comments. ABC's Valle has the latest with Your Voice, Your Vote.
Did Donald Trump go too far with these remarks about Senator John McCain?
He's not a war hero. He's a war hero. He's a war hero.
5.5 years.
He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured. Okay?
The blowback against the billionaire businessman coming from top Republicans, even Democrats. But McCain says he doesn't want an apology for himself.
What I think he should do is apologize to the families and those who have served.
Trump dismisses the criticism, saying John McCain let veterans down as an elected official and that he should be the one to apologize for calling the crowds at Trump campaign rallies crazies. Donald Trump has weathered the storm over controversial comments before, last month calling Mexican immigrants rapists and murderers. Yet his numbers are up. In a new ABC News Washington Post poll, he holds the biggest lead by far of any Republican yet. But most of the poll was taken before his attack on John McCain, and this time he may have offended the wrong crowd.
I was going to vote for him because he was a businessman, and that's what this country should be, is a business. And now that he said something bad about a veteran, he might have lost my vote.
Donald Trump is financing his own campaign, which means he does not have to answer to donors. Analysts say that's one of the reasons they expect he will continue in the race for some time. Valle, ABC News, Washington.
Developing now and heading into the race along with Donald Trump, Ohio Governor John Kasich is expected to officially announce he's running for president today. He will be the 16th Republican to enter the race for the GOP nomination. And new this morning, after 54 years, the U.S. and Cuba are ready to resume diplomatic ties. And after a recent survey, results show that 3/4 of Americans favor this returning relationship. Polls show that the public is on Obama's side when it comes to easing relations with Cuba by 58%, while 40% oppose. Sanctions have also become of concern for Americans, while 48% believe they should be decreased or even eliminated, and 47% are in favor of them, and some believe they should be increased.
It's official. The El Paso City Council is rejecting an almost $60,000 grant from the state. The money would be used to pay for about half of a survey that would determine which buildings downtown were historic. Cities usually go after these grants because they unleash federal tax credits that can save property owners money when improving the buildings. But many downtown property owners are concerned that the survey would lead to future regulations. Yet over and over again, city employees and preservation advocates told City Council the survey did not impose those types of regulations. Only City Reps Claudia Ordaz and Lily Limon voted against rejecting the grant. Later on Good Morning El Paso, we will hear reaction on what should be done by one newly elected city rep. This morning, El Paso County remains without a parks director. The director oversees parks like Escaret de Lake and the sports park in Far East El Paso. So who's handling those duties for now? Well, Good Morning El Paso's Denise Oliva's joins us live with the answer. Denise.
Good morning, Stephanie. And because there is no parks director, that is adding extra responsibilities to county commissioners. But yesterday they decided to streamline some of those park duties.
We have not yet hired a parks manager or parks director, so we're delegating those responsibilities to our chief administrator.
Escobar could not say where the county is in the process of hiring a new parks director. In addition to this move, organizations or nonprofits may no longer get away with fee waivers when wanting to plan events at parks like Escaret de Lake. Escobar says organizers typically go before commissioners, but she now wants a policy-based approach so everyone is treated equal and paying the same fees. And once a park director is hired, they will once again take over all those park duties. Hillary, back to you.
Thanks so much, Denise. New information right now. Investigators identify the body found in Socorro Sunday afternoon. Sheriff's deputies tell ABC7 it is that of 60-year-old Javier Gonzalez. The body found on the 9900 block of Socorro Road. Gonzalez is from El Paso, and investigators are trying to find out how he died. Police say more arrests may be looming after a shooting on the west side that happened around 9 o'clock Sunday night on the 1600 block of Via Appia. Police say the victim is 19-year-old Adrian Herrera, and he was shot in the lower torso. His injuries are said to be non-life-threatening. The shooting appears to be gang-related. One person already arrested, 19-year-old Jessica Deo, charged with aggravated assault. Police say her mugshot is not being released right now because the investigation continues.
New details on the arrest of DJ Clever here in El Paso. He allegedly resisted arrest Friday night during the Texas Showdown Festival at the Coliseum. According to the complaint affidavit, the DJ, whose real name is Josh Winkler, was accused of being drunk and out of control backstage. A deputy says Winkler swung at someone who tried to help him. Two officers tried to arrest him but say he refused. Clever serves as the DJ for hip-hop artist Yellow Wolf. Now, Yellow Wolf posted this picture on his Facebook account of Clever after he was released. Yellow Wolf accused authorities of beating Clever up and added he will never play at the Texas Showdown Festival again.
A live look at traffic right now at 8 minutes after 6. This is I-10 and Trade Center, nice and light, but we're waiting for that traffic to get a little heavier so we can bring you any trouble spots.
Well, summer vacation may have some of you California dreaming.
But a collapsed bridge means only headaches for I-10 drivers. We'll tell you how to avoid the mess if you are heading that way.
And unrelenting wildfires in the western U.S. keep expanding. How residents are being affected by the flames.
And on the flip side, let's talk about our forecast. Looking pretty nice out there.
Crystal is standing by with the preview. Crystal.
It is nice this morning, but could we see a repeat of last night's thunderstorms move through? And I have a viewer picture you're going to want to see. It's amazing. It's coming up after the break.
Thanks, Crystal. This is ABC7, where news comes first.